hopping into our first match in the Skypeia Cup.
Good patience here. I think a lot of people are used to just Morgan being a bit of a Hellfire character, but her great footsie potential with position fireballs is a terrifying force all in itself. And there's something to be said about acquiring free real estate and how much meter you just get for free forcing them to block neutral. However, this is a terrifying fact about Thor, is once he does get a good connection being a bit harder to find than you'd guess, his damage output is pretty uncontrolled. Everything just does absolute truckloads. Those are the meaty, good pressure, and a great quality on that Iron Man assist is that leaves you standing, which means there is always the non-specific possibility that when you swing out, they just go for a fully invulnerable command throw like that. That being the super or the neutral version, with the super being a total invulnerable activation. Now, X Factor not the best on Thor. On the other hand, X-23. You have seen nothing until you've seen the problem child this character becomes in X Factor. And just like that, a problem child leads to a non-problematic first win for KJ. Lost and Confused, certainly doing the right thing when fighting Thor, putting projectiles between you and him. His ability to deal with these, other than potentially just challenging them with his own beam, is pretty negligible, but an amazing read. You're never minus when you're also command throwing, the classic Zangief adage being perfect for KJ in this situation. An amazing cross-up. You want to see damage, you're about to see a lot of never mind. And we've seen this shell many a times, Dr. Doom giving Virgil an excellent opportunity. But by keeping these active Mighty Smarks, it's very important because that means it's very hard for Virgil to be DHC'd in. One more. Gonna set it up. Forcing into the block string, into the unblockable. Has access to the X Factor extension if they need it. May not even. Low HP Virgil going to fall without even moving. That's two almost instantaneous kills for KJ. Lost and Confused can adapt with their great team to this kind of pressure, otherwise they are going to be playing chase long after this set is over. Good extension, finding a lovely bar, tried to go for a reset. And Lost smartly swinging in on it, but this time being swung on instead. Meter looking really favorable if KJ is going to try and set up another X-23 instant kill. And Thor, despite his many hang-ups, is an excellent meter battery. Building a lot and also being so hard to take out of the air, even if they can't connect to kills. And Helmbreaker no better than the last opportunity. 3 up, KJ slid in next. What a match. And thank you, everybody. Remember, all of your placements will amount to the possibility of you playing in the final set of this entire invitational. So,
between Kai and a Lazy Boss. And I, for one, can't wait to see what both of these fellas bring. Lazy Boss with the exciting Point Virgil, Kai with the Magneto Phoenix tech.
I mean, this is, of course, such an interesting
Sparta. Live and let die. Fight! Air combo. Level 2. Level 2. Team aerial combo. Level 3. Danger.
But this not working out the way, with now Strider and Doom both being taken out for no Ranger bar expenditure. And now Boss, so confident last time, now going to have to play from a bad position only with Virgil. Fortunately, has to spend X Factor sooner than they want, as X Factor, one of the crucial tools of ensuring Virgil can deal with even Dark Phoenix. But nothing can be helped, it's just up to Boss to find the fastest kill position here. See if they can have something left over when they need to fight Dark Phoenix. But Kai doing a great job of just stalling it out, finding a connection. A strong mind backed with a strong confidence, putting what was looking to be a good character change from Lazy Boss into a bad position all again. And now, for the last set, is Lazy Boss bringing out their fabled Captain America? Another character pretty impressively well equipped to deal with projectiles. Let's see if this is the confidence change. Ooh, good catch. Almost the full confirm there. Captain America, a character who has the ability to force you to respect his airspace angles. And barrel roll, just the less plasma that connects, the less bar you build. And the less bar your opponent is going to build in a Dark Phoenix matchup, the more time you have to play at your pacing. Let's see what... Because Kai is just not committed to feeling the need to go in at unsafe positions. It is up to Lazy Boss to force an unsafe situation, either by charging star or just a good mix here. Both Rapid actually able to catch on the tail of the charge. Oh! So unfortunate, the literal last pixel gap between those two. Turning what would have been a great happy birthday into a situation that really does actually help the Phoenix player. Not likely to get back a lot of this life, but happy birthdays build a considerable amount of bar, and even more when you throw yourself into them. Are we going to see the gravity squeeze here? No one would blame them if they did. Virgil, one of the biggest threats to Phoenix. Instead, choose the reset. Lazy Boss probably wants to bring out that Virgil, but no, unable to bring it back to the Doom, and this is a Doom comeback. Low on resources, has a good amount of health that they can claim back if they can kill this Magneto, but it's not going to be the case. X-Factor Gravity Squeeze definitely going to kill, specifically back to that follow-up. Kai playing so clean, finishes it out. 3 to Lazy Boss's 1.
Great stuff from both players. You love to see the hard work from the honest Captain America there, but just couldn't quite bring it home against the Mag Doom Gene. Up next, we should have character.
Yeah, this DLC, fantastic, beautiful Joe. Over Luigi going to start with Zero, a character that Beautiful Joe is a very interesting match. Once you get these fully charged boomerangs, it can be pretty good because you can deal with a lot of stuff that he's not able to charge, but until then, it's really only your small body that prevents just the absurd wall of plasma from catching up to you. And let's see if Luigi has the routing for this small character. Probably does if they do play him. And indeed, that almost looked like it was going to drop, but no sir. One more. Are we going for 200 here? Indeed we are. This is looking like a clean 200% setup. Are they able to use Beautiful Joe for an extension, or are they just going to rely on solo here? Ooh, saw there was a route. That actually got both characters. And now, a big threat potentially off the team is now Zero had no access to their mix assist. Okay, be careful. Small body gonna make this drop. And a very interesting interaction overall in this matchup, I do know, is that Joe isn't careful. Could have been counter supered, however, Luigi showing perfect care. And now just going to optimize between the fully charged boomerang into the variable, quite decent cross-up gameplay style that Beautiful Joe has. Dots making good use of the Dante resources they have. A nest egg isn't worth anything if you're playing against a character who can be as effective with Chip. So keeping up Devil Trigger is actually a very good way to land and or lame out another Chip character. Lightning, honestly, one of the best projectiles in the game. And a Psycho Crusher means that even charged boomerangs you have a way out of. So it's just a question of holding your defense under this much pressure from both characters. You never quite know what you'll have to block here. Helmbreaker into the pickup and keep it simple. Acid Rain is not simple, Dots. Now, Beautiful Joe literally living on a prayer, cannot be hit by anything. And that's actually just the right height. Now Dante going to be incredibly happy they gained back life in Devil Trigger, but next connection, if this goes fully. Next hit from both characters is going to be a death. Ooh, tried to go for the follow-up, and this time, just tailing that foot. Ooh, could bet Dots was sweating on that one. This time, Dot's going to try and set up early, putting up the full shot here, and trying to work through this very low HP health-wise that Zero has. If that connected, it probably would have been a kill, but so long as you leave this character alive, never assume that you are safe. Or Shocking Pink, a good chaser here. And Dot's showing very much the fundamental of what makes their team tick. Everything a serving tool, specifically keeping a character out. Saw the risk here. Let that boomerang uncharge so they can go back to the block, and now it is their turn. Dot says 2 bar. And Chip. Is there going to find a way out? Actually does. Great, Luigi. Even better defensive throw options. Now Zero. So long as he's not called anytime soon. Likely to get it back almost half health. From that magic pixel he's at before, that is a great recovery. Now, back to the position where we see Dots really in full control. There's a lot for both of these players to do in this situation, but Dots' team just better optimized around the Beautiful Joe neutral state. However, it looks for a strange hit. Brings back in. And oh my god. Zero's incredible tools actually managing to cut through the pressure and punish the Strange to death. Clearly, Luigi has already labbed some of these amazing punishes. Now Dot, running so much in the lead for most of this set. Now behind on life, behind on bar, only ahead on X Factor, and forced to bring in Dante to just heal up what little Joe has this time. Such a difference than when it was Zero in this position. Now Dots playing at the interesting state and offerings that Shocking Pink presents to them. Truly a team that has been labbed for all occasions. But now, overcommit. Oh, but Luigi giving that one away. Dante now looks for the snipe. Actually getting a hit. Trades here, canceling out. Now Dots actually finding this fully charged boomerang on this already very weakened Zero. Possibly one of the most important things for them here. The longer that X Factor time is just kept in blocks, down the better, but this is not the good situation here. And Luigi, always a schemer, knows when to get through the bullcrap. No momentum is too much momentum for Zero to claim, and this is an unstoppable lead with only 2 seconds left on the clock. It's not enough. And the match goes to Luigi. We've seen before, it doesn't matter, but this time it might matter considerably more. Dots managed to control the neutral situation, but didn't really get kills on characters. This looks to be something they're trying, but oh, that tiny body, Zero escaping, and Akuma not getting hit. Dots forced to go back to the neutral again, but has the full pressure and a little bit more of a desire to get aggressive. To a much better effect. Hit the shocking pink, 50-50. Late hit. Actually, even has a small body combo. Back into the Dante. Are we going to see a double must die here? Nope, small body character actually able to escape. Forced to use 6 cannon, keep it safe, and we are right back to the Joe. This time, Luigi. God. Not much you can do in this situation. Akuma may be a pretty good assist for canceling out projectiles, but there's not much until you get the connection on the assist and the point at the same time. The commenter's curse goes a long way as we are back into this action. And Polkadot just has to stall at this X Factor, but this option not safe, has to spend another bar. Oh, X Factor, the only option left. And Dot taking a huge gamble on this whole exchange, but let's see if they can't turn this X Factor time into an advantage state, specifically because they took out all of the bar for Luigi. Now, possibility charge Vu, go for the cross-up. This time, Luigi fully ready to go for the block. And Dot, I think, choosing the course of action, play on the defensive end of this thing. Either kill or just time out. But this non-connect game style being perfect for dealing with the last bit of Beautiful Joe, but no. Another character left alive, doesn't want to cancel into the super early. This time, Dot securing a now nice 2-win lead, but anything can still happen. Mid-hot kick, almost happy birthday into the cross. Still no confirms here. Luigi, I guess, probably coming to terms with the fact that they are not going to be able to play continually for the front for a large part of these sets. But so long as they are consistent when they do get the connection of Zero, it doesn't matter. Dot's going to land up to about 2 bars, has access to a DHC if they want to snipe at full range, but instead going for the chip route here. Are they ready for the tag? Keeps it safe. Gets a pickup, almost full extension off the double hitting assist. Yes, Zero actually does get a better projectile assist while he's in Sagemu. Now Dot's just going to stick what they know. 3 bars on deck. Just looking for a kill. Oh, I think this is going to be a pickup. That assist doing considerably more specifically while this assist is letting. A situation where Zero just wasn't defended, meaning that anything was going to be the kill in that situation, but however, Luigi just confident. But they can find a way. Akuma in the back, Beautiful Joe still alive. Well, as I say that, never mind. Now into the cross. Akuma still has the breakout if he needs it. X Factor always on deck. And Dots doesn't really have any countermeasures. Has to play at a safe distance until they can get some security bar. With Akuma just sitting on either a beam or an invulnerable super if he ever gets his own bar back. So stay in a defensive position, wait and force the X Factor sooner. A premature X Factor, something that Joe can best handle. Before he gets access to Chip, actually catching the low. And Dots, ever strong, ever patient, finds the solution to all problems, and Luigi is now going to have to make do with the learner's side for the rest. But I still think they've got a great chance.
Excellent work there from both players. Skypeia's own Dots emerging victorious, showing us what Beautiful Joe can do. I think
Good.
Dots...
And changing characters may have a big effect even further on that. So let's see. We're going to be running two hugely trademarked shells of the meta these days. The classic Zero and the Brothers, a fantastic mix and pressure shell with every type of pressure imaginable. And the now almost venerable Team Clockwork, a team that's great at turning meter into offensive power, but still can run out because it's definitely a battery team. However, if you get a hit on every connection, it never looks like that. This being Requiem's moment to start on a good note. An 82-second perfect good note, to be precise. Situation before, oh my god, you never see it, but Molecular Shield, quite the assist. Requiem proving to be quite the one to capitalize it here. That is the second happy birthday in less than roughly 30 seconds. One more mix. This is still very possible for Neo here. Very measured control here. Just wants to get as little time per kill. Over Requiem doing a great job. The more you can wait it out, the more you have options for Strider later on. This Strider's matchup is quite good. Even better when you get the throw here. Doom able to get this kill. Going to get another extension off of the Vajra assist for a very efficient little chip up on damage here. Oh! Late beam. Probably should have just went. Doom time, however, still has orbs. Going to just play this by the neutral, specifically if Molecular Shield, you've got a little extra assist. Take it all the way back to Marvel 2. Orbs, rocks, it's enough. Now Neos, sooner than probably expected, fighting for their first set life here, and this is where they have to put on the gas, and this is likely what we're going to see. 300% in the pocket, 300% almost into another happy birthday. It is! Oh no! Do I hear the traumatic music? Is Aerith about to die? Spoilers, I know. Because it looks like we've got a chapter closing catastrophe for any JRPG fans here. Because now it's all up to Virgil. X Factor in effect. Is he caught? He is caught. Happy birthday back. Final flurry here, possibly. Neos ain't done yet, but there's still a Strider on screen of orbs. What can happen? Good connection. Neos needs to finish this. Oop. Tiny character falling out of the dead zone of the Helmbreaker escapes. No, he doesn't. Neos doesn't hear no bell, and that means we have one on the board for him. Immediately going for the pressure, a little late on the connection of Vajra. Oh, another happy birthday, but this one, luckily, the Doom falling out here. And Virgil swinging without bar, just going to get close to the edge of the combo, has to go for a reset. Fantastic snap escape. And that final struggle from last set seemingly echoing back into this next match as both players playing at a mile of minute. Wow, Virgil assist actually resetting the position that Zero wanted. And now, Virgil and Strider, still a very competent shell, but you put it into the block, neither one of them have a lot of life to work with, and Zero is such a deadly dealer, but that is the start, the momentum shift. Options available, could have actually gone all the way to orbs if they wanted, but going to let the deadly demon do their work. One more mix, still has orbs in the back, unless they really start spending here, but what a counter swing. The mating dance of the Virgils in full effect, and that is the end of Requiem's. Neos has plenty of resources if they can kill on this first connection, or things could have been bad, but they didn't need to worry.
Player one wins.
Now back in and back out. The worst time to be hit is when you are in Devil Trigger like this. That means very little for Strider to work with and so much for Zero in exchange. Even worse, Lightning how a blessed drop means that Virgil lives, and an opportunity to get a little bit of bar before you are back into the blender with this 0. This 1 bar already proving to be a fantastic defensive tool. Requiem choosing to go in, relies on the Vajra to keep themselves covered here. Neo's proving that when it comes to struggle and scramble situations, they are just more ready than even Requiem to deal with them. And these sloppy setups just coming into deadly and efficient combos so often of Neos, ready for the variance, possibly. And this is why we keep seeing so much spending of bar from Requiem. Just wants to slow down and pin Neos to the floor. Good lord, that was a low to ground Helmbreaker. Now gonna get the extension. Double triggers late, means I've got a lot of duration to work with here. 50-50. Good connection here. Taking us all the way through the route. This is going to eat a lot of that X Factor time, but the only character left. Very susceptible to chip at this life total, but oh my god. Neos cooking. Next mix is all that matters. This could be a 50-50 double jump. Still unable to confirm, I think, here. Ooh. Strider has gotten out twice. Strider has gotten hit twice. This is looking like a nightmare situation. What does he have that can get through this much plasma? Looking like a reality storm. And that puts us on a very different footing than we were 2 matches ago. As Neos actually turns it around and closes it out. Wins. I'm just so enjoying watching it. It's a very unique Chris player. I will never down talk how good Mario's Ryu is. This is a character that many people have already written off to be not much of anything, and yet in the hands of Mario, this is the character that in a one-on-one situation has destroyed many a demon in bracket. And makes such good use of that high life. It doesn't matter if Ryu's still alive, he'll find a way to connect here. This is all he gets, but he gets a bit more in the setup here. Spider-Man loving this force to the wall. Which I'd be going for. Goes for the throw block instead. 50-50, a little too high to get a connection off the Wolverine assist, but still into the Spider-Man pressure. Ryu, the opening chaser for the inevitable main course that is the Spider-Man team. You know, Strider, don't call it a comeback. He has the tools, but he gets open low. Sometimes it's the simple fundies, and there is a level 3 sitting in the back, but nope. Mario wants to keep it classic. 1 on the board for Mario. And finding a Grid Magnum, but that slow fireball. Sometimes a slow projectile is the scariest thing, as it just means that inevitably you will get caught by it because you forget it exists. You can see Webball doing a great job of playing around with MPS's presence of mind. Getting a lot of hits, but literally nothing able to connect in the situation. An outrageous punish. Launcher into Fireball actually takes almost half of Strider's life. Mario's confidence is unbelievably scary for a player that you should already have written off as not able to beat you. However, NPH, we are into the game plan, the Flame Grenade, the Piece de Resistance, Anti-Chris mix here. However, didn't situationally position themselves and now forced into a situation where his heavier, non-double jump character has nothing to do but get hit by the reset. See if Dante can find a way to stem the bleeding and deal with the Spider-Man, probably the biggest threat we have seen so far in this set. Homebreaker, airplay, double trigger, using every tool in his arsenal, but another Strider call, easily destroyed by Mario's quick reflexes. Keep away, but layered Strider actually hides Dante from where his landing trajectory is going to be. Ooh, late hit actually catches Wolverine. That X Factor canceled, the wrong choice, because he would have been safe in block stun. Now straight into level 3, Devil Must Die. Gonna burn a lot of time because there's no hit strike during this, but it's fine. He's gone.
Player 2 wins.
1-1 situation already, and I feel like both players just eager to cook a little bit more in this set. But it would be nice if NPH could find a consistent hit on Ryu that actually could go somewhere. Ooh, that landmine, thankfully the flame grenade, unable to get it confirmed. Gonna set it up another layer here. Ooh, almost catching the Spider-Man this time with the flame grenade, but its activation just a little too late. However, that life lead now looking even more sizable. Good patience on the block. Flame grenade, can he get the confirm? Oh no! Thought he was his turn, but his turn was over. At maximum height from the top row, Chris's high elf may actually protect him. Now, is there going to be an escape? NPH, yeah, choosing to save this important part of their team. Air grenade going to keep them covered. Now just slowing it down. In a situation where you need that life, no point to rush things when you can just get back health on your character, specifically if you're the only one with a bleeding assist. And a fantastic clay pigeon sequence keeps a huge quantity of damage and meter into NPH's game plan here. And back to the Chris we go. Is this going to be a flame grenade setup? Because there's not going to be much time to set it. Just in time. Brings him back into the grenade. And Chris able to build meter from literally nothing, but doesn't believe that he would have it for the super input. That lack of confidence may actually leave Ryu alive and put him in a bad situation. Going to dive just above the fire. Super risky. Could have still been caught on the tail, but luckily Ryu compacts himself enough. And multiple good check punish. Had at any point in time NPH tried to check the swing, he would have gotten caught by those staggered lows, and now Ryu, despite the edge of chip, looking like the perfect tool as Mario's footsies and confidence are unmatched, even at the pixel. Spotlight, still gets caught, good patience on the block. And yeah, magic pixel Ryu, doesn't matter. If you already have no life, what's the point of throwing up an install that burns it? It's not like you're going to get any less. Now, Force is... Oh, this could be bad. Legion sucks. Has to use the X Factor on top of that. Ooh, multiple dive kick, multiple overhead. You were not ready. You were not blocking. Life lead is now also in Mario's favor. Gets the cross. And that's 2 up on the board. NPH better pick up the pace. Wow, picks it up. No Magnum connection again. However, oh, actually chooses to go for the Strider. I thought would be the one most likely to connect, but this time it's not. And Ryu going to take almost a full chunk of his life on just the Magnum string here, but nothing. Them NPH finding his lead, sets his flame grenade. Spider-Man has been the problem, but Ryu was the piece de resistance last set. Too far for the connection, set the flame grenades again. NPH's stance is always to keep Spider-Man from being a problem. And flame grenades are a huge part alongside his jam session. The extension, oh, doesn't get the air magnum. Spider-Man lives when he could have died. And both players taking a lot of risks here. Let's see who pays it off in the end of this. Ooh, SMG forces the DHC out. Actually, no, lets it rock. Gets connected by the launcher. PH feeling probably a lot more confident is Wolverine, a character who has to block this. Unable to get a connection at that distance, but just going to build so much bar, set so many layers here, and have so much resources to play with. Plus, if this is an activation X Factor, Chris has a lot of health. It's going to take a good chunk of this X Factor time to do this route. And there we go. Almost half for just that. Still, thankfully, a lot of the other routes are much faster, so no concern, but good choice. Using dollars to just slow it down again. Legion, X Factor, choosing to, at worst, stop the X Factor, at best, get the connection while he's blocking. PH making all the right decisions there. And immediately happy birthday, but the slow assist once again proving to be the total tool that Mario wants it to be here. Chris, a strong leader, but none of these Strider calls. Mario just so tuned into that. Catches him on the pistol shot. That's going to be a good chunk of his life. Sometimes the simple things, but a throw, that fireball not going to cover that. And then PH does this right. He's going to build a lot of bar and get the scale. Get one more extension, flame grenade. Mix up afterwards, too. There we go, flame grenade, as predicted. Spider-Man choosing instead to just leave, risking the consequences. And this could be a satellite laser pickup. Just needs a little bit more from the assist, into the Magnum if he wants it. Doesn't even need it, chooses to go for a snap route. Fears the Wolverine. Oh, could have actually gone for a launcher after that. This one gonna kill Strider? Just barely not. Did Chris swing? Satellite laser. Wait. What a great chance of mind realizes that Strider was caught in the situation. Instead, chooses the X Factor route and the protective thing. Flame grenade here gonna cover. Wow. Flames vanished just in time. Could have been a bad situation for Mario. Now he's looking great. Going to climb the wall. That last dirty cross-up. I got hit. Level 4. Wolverine. What's the choice? Strider can get out of this if they can block. 1 or 2. Does not. Mario just looking so consistent.
Excellent stuff there from Mario with the cheap Wolverine comeback. I got hit. Next up, we've got an exciting match between our incredible showcases of what Midwestern Marvel can do. And I, for one, am going to favor Moogle Fighter just because that team is so cool and unique. Oh, snuffing out the bat. Tim, what you think? What's going on?
I mean, I never disrespect Chun-Li players after Ryan LV, but I do wonder what the synergy is for Viper other than just building meter. It's a, this is a team.
Some really cool combos with this team, actually. Moogle has, like, double spinning bird kick combos and other stuff that I hope we'll get to see.
Well, that's invulnerable, but only for a little. Still a pretty good super, though. Oh, man. That's a cool pickup. Unfortunately, the super doesn't do too much into a high DHC like this. Bam, never mind. Still enough. And that assist, really good for those meaties when you trap the opponent in the air like that. One of the signature traits of that lightning leg assist. For the most part, a unique of its kind. But oh, it does linger out forever, and this is going to be 2 dangerous hits on it. Say goodbye to Chun-Li. Akuma, in my opinion, a point-to character that is somewhat underrated. He has such good movement tools, fantastic teleports, but Viscera Eyes doing all the right choices, just keeping him airborne, give him nowhere to go. And this, perhaps the most unknown quantity. Anchor Viper is a scary anchor, but the question is on Parsec, can you do it? And it looks like Moogle can.
Player 2 wins. Ready? Fight.
And, ooh, it takes very little for a Nova team of this caliber to get things going. Simple jab, into the crumple state, and actually chooses a reset route into the cross-up. Beautiful stuff from Moogle Fighter here. The slight amount of parsec latency just not stopping these hits. One more. Gets another extension, double-double. You know, Akuma, it's usually a cross-up mix. Unbelievable layering, specifically if that laid overhead. And even more impressive, Viscera Eyes. Blocks that, and then immediately finds the connection. But, oh, Tiger Knee's always a little weirder on Parsec. Gonna let it rip. didn't have a fast DHG. I'm a little surprised about that. I guess didn't expect Akuma to be able to so quickly challenge it. But no problem, no fill. Viscera more than confident to go back at it, but a fantastic overextension turns into an even better confirm here. And actually finding that third bar if they needed the level 3, which they really won't. Close to the corner, they get the extra damage, and this means Akuma gets access to the mix. Which side? That could have been dirty, but a great block. Viscera really ready for this time when they need to be the best on the patience, but opening up low, that could have been a believed comeback. They didn't think it would connect. And oh, lucky Chun-Li saving Akuma from what could have been a very premature kill there. To the missiles, last bit of X Factor over. Chun-Li has 3 jumps and a DP. And Moogle just utilizing all of these air tools. Like a 747 cruised straight out of that Doom mix-up. Needs a little bit more to get the next extension. And now this is just a matter of ensuring they properly combo. That's a good way to make it happen. To the second super. Another one for Moogle Fighter. Wow. Sometimes you swing and sometimes there's just too much plasma on the screen. Another great setup. Let's see if everything comes together and Viscera actually gets that necessary kill on Chun-Li. This character has been deadly across this set so far. Oh no! That's the second instant air OTG that he has dropped, and this is the second time Chun-Li has lived with a pixel. Gets the extension into the OTG here. But oh, a little awkward. TAC sometimes a little weird for the starting button they chose for Chun-Li there. Means that it's not going to connect, and that means there's no more Chun to work with, however. Be a liar if I said this is something enough to stop Moogle Fighter. They still have Viper in the back. That character did so much work in the first. Akuma no slouch themselves, gets the full pickup here. Doesn't even need the launcher. What's the mix? Likely a cross up early into the front side. Is this going to be a Nova? In fact, it does. Brings him in. Which side? Good patience. Ooh. Patience what? Viscera is so eager to hit buttons, immediately goes for that overhead, but ooh, chooses a little bit of an unstable route. Drops in the worst moment. Dive kick actually trading with the Human Rocket. This might connect with the Doom assist. You don't want that. Now, last of X Factor about to go out. Good bait. Did he swing? He did, and even better X Factor. Something I've never actually seen done. Full height X Factor from Super Connection. Putting it very easily in the place of Moogle to finish this out. They've got the life lead. The meter difference isn't so bad. On Akuma, more than capable of finishing up the chip if they can get anything started with Viper, but this is likely a kill in itself. Just needs to build that second bar. Thankfully, Akuma Tatsu assist, a pretty good meter builder in its own right. Last hit into the beam. Oh no, chooses the DP instead. And there we go. Moogle Fighter. Truly a Midwest name.
He fought the Eyes. What can't this man fight? Moogle Fighter coming up 3-0 over Viscera Eyes. But Eyes is going to make a run in losers. I can just feel it. Next up on deck, we should have our own Dots versus Spiral.
Otherwise, those other two characters, if they're lucky, have a good matchup against Phoenix. If they're unlucky, can do literally nothing to Dark Phoenix. So that's just my cup of tea. But, I mean, nothing is EJ of TJ. This man is so reliable at keeping his momentum going. And just nothing perturbs him either. Speaking of which, going to get a little risky at point blank with Magneto. But let's see if our new friend Kai knows the punish. Oh, he went a little too early. Now, no Doom. However, that was almost 3 bars, so the game is still quite alive, and it's all up to Kai to just get a little bit more beater. This is a good starting point. End up just short of 4.2-ish, I think. Yep, roughly around that range. And Hagar, probably the biggest threat of the team. At point blank, he does have some pretty strong anti-Phoenix tech, but the positioning on it is really rough at a lot of hits. So there was a character to spend bar on. It is probably Hagar, but instead choosing the TAC option, bringing back the Hulk here. Magneto really not too afraid if they are specifically not being threatened by the drone's calls. Over TJ, often a different breed of Hulk than many. Still, I would not be calling Hagar in this particular match, as we have seen that Kai is just very much resorting to a defensive backdash style of play. However, this starts everything. Very unscaled damage. All it needs is just that. You know, the situation is this. The last major threat for an anti-Phoenix situation is going to be Hagar, so you're seeing that Kai taking the right amount of caution aversion. But, ooh, needs to get a last connection. This is good enough. Being able to take out Hulk and bring in a mix on this magic pixel of Hagar means that things are looking a lot better for Kai here. Sentinel can be a problem, but generally Dark Phoenix pretty good at dispatching the characters such as Tall. However, extension here forces the pop. I don't think there's going to be an anti-Phoenix tech here, but goes for a very hard-to-stop connection here. Good block, possibility of a cross-up. And just trying to burn out as much time as possible. Ooh! Overcommitment into the Hagar assist. TJ may have not had any anti-Phoenix tech, but they had the mind and they had that mix. Sometimes that's all it matters. Kai getting sniped very early on. This is exceptionally good for the big body player. They have huge burst damage, so they're not concerned about giving a Dark Phoenix before they get the kill here. It's just between them and those life bars, and let me tell you, if you are not prepared to block, it's going to be over real quick. Goes for the snap here, 50-50. Again into the blender. TJ cooking at unstoppable paces here. Any and all options. Frenzy X Factor forces to the ground. DJ just spacing his burst options so well, however, gets caught in the spaghetti that is Photon Array. Now, Kai, what can you do? A solo Doom comeback could be on the horizon, but there are just so many mountains before that sun to cross. It's specifically if you drop. Team Hyper now available. Keep it simple. Rocket Punch even simpler. Kai, despite maneuvering quite well in 2 sets, looking down a possible 0 if they cannot stop TJ for good here and now. It's the weather, fist to the face, into the cross. That's a late setup. Doesn't even call the Hagar. Just threatening the possibility of doing the exact same mix again. Back to the Magneto. Missiles, hopefully going to cover this, but no, late Gamma Crush, early Gamma Crush. Both options going to perfectly cover that missile call. And 2 bar is just not what you want to see when you still have a Dark Phoenix in the back. TJ's got the eye for the combo, and better yet, they've got the damage. No resets here. There is a huge risk into the cross. The first set was looking so good, but from then on, it was all the momentum of TJ, taking it clean 3.
Hey, sometimes it happens to the best of us. TJ is one of the best players in the world. Kai is too, but sometimes, you know, you lose 3-0 because Hulk Rocket Punch set play is just that good. TJ taking it home and advancing even further into the winner's bracket. Next up on stream, we should have Von Doom versus Ulijej. I'm very excited to share this night of Marvel with you all. Thank you all for joining us, and we are excited to see some Marvel action.
Tomorrow is always X Factory palette swap. You'll be able to find me there, but in the meantime, on the left, we've got Remora, the White Comet, and on the right, Neostratos. I haven't come up with a nickname for them yet. But, ooh, that is the hanging little tail that Remora likes to run. Doom missiles, specifically in the hands of a strategic and slow player, can be absolutely a brain drain. How long and you have to wait for those particular missile patterns. And we are about to see this. Remora's going to call an initial early missile, go for the jailing phase, and then there's either a guard break throw, or he can just do nothing, let the missiles connect when you try and jump. It's quite the stressor. Go, Remora sitting at a nice pocket of bar for this extension. May have to use DP for the finishing hit. Nah. No, actually, no, I was right. And then here we go. Back into the pocket. Late hit. Goes for the do-nothing route. Actually gets the missile connection. Remora, a big fan of using that with the X Factor, is it makes it very consistent, where sometimes the height can be a little awkward. And the signature trait, all zeros should pick up as though you have the ability to kill meterless. In a complex stuff, if you have bar, just kill in the sloppiest way possible if you know it works. Remora, good reaction on the situation block. Has to respect the missiles, utilizing the lightning back to the ground. That was a little awkward on that tiny zero body, but Remora got a lot for free off of that nonetheless. And you cannot call Virgil into the headlights while Remora's got Buster like that. But oh, how did he get behind? I couldn't see so many Sugemu on screen. Now we are back into the mix. Late connection here. Goes for the stagger. Into the missile and then takes you back. The multi-layer mix-ups, deadly. And still picks up. Sometimes it's jam session, sometimes it's hidden missile. That assist does it all. Late hit. Late hit into the fade. Back to the missiles. Ooh, missiles coming in a weird arc. Doesn't keep Virgil from moving, but Remora is going to spend bar for bar here. Puts up a defensive shield, and Neo swings into it. White Comet, he is moving, he's adjusting, and he's giving you very little positions to find his gaps. And once again, nothing safe. It's always a multi-layer. And though Virgil did get out, that means if Dante cannot stop the bleeding right here, good choice. He was going to have to come into a mix-up. So right back he comes. Unfortunately, didn't respect the chip. One more mix. Mid-screen, doesn't get the connection here, but Dante, it's a lot to deal with when you have no bar. X Factor too early, and nothing is going to happen, specifically because there's Mistle and Buster on screen. But X Factor too late, and you've just completely wasted it. And Neos finds the connection off the jam. Gonna have to be real quick about that. Already half gone. Probably only gonna get a touch. Body hops too early. And has to make this fast. Possible kill here. Has to optimize to get to there. That should be just enough. Absolute risky. Had to go for the full clay pigeon route, but Neos, this Dante doesn't stop. The show keeps going. Cannot make the drop here. Will make the full comeback. And Devil Must Die. Would it be Remora if you didn't pause? One on the board, Neostratos. Showing their familiarity with Dante. When going gets tough there, Dante just got a little tougher. But once again, spending meter into situations where Remora has too much control. Some players would leave those open, but you are dealing with one of the most consistent players still available in Marvel. There we go. No problem with Dante this time. White Comet. Which side are we going to streak? Stays in front to cross up. And Remora, very cognizant of the fact that the character he plays is a very tiny body, tries to keep it stable, but next to Morgan, Zero is one of the shortest little problems to ever grace this game, but back into the mix. The last and piece de resistance almost gets the hit on the late missiles. Forces the X. And Neos ready for the comeback here. Remora pretty good at blocking these with his Doom. And more than willing to just throw the Doom to the Lions here if he needs to, but instead brings in his own Virgil, has X for the consistent route. Just builds the bar too. Good adjustment to make sure he gets the missile position into the washing, and high time.
Player one wins.
Dared to challenge the son of Sparta.
Get ready to brawl. Fight!
Remora baits the DP, unable to punish, but shows a fantastic ability to maneuver in and out and force the opponent to play to his puppet strings. Gets the throw. Jam Session almost screwed that up. but unfortunately Yuli didn't have an assist. Stratos didn't have an assist to pick up there. God, I've seen this too often. Neo's trying to put it back together, has to respect those missiles coming down. Both players hit that pure zero situation, relying entirely on the Sugemu. But awkward connections for both players means we're turning back to what was effectively an intermission before their next bar. Mora found it first. Going to ride on this offense here. The missiles coming in too late. Neo is actually getting the better of that. It's the block. Good patience. Remora's seen that one before, but that last hit almost caught him. He brings in the Doom. Immediately to the Virgil. Realizes that with so little life, Chip could have easily been the problem just as much as a pickup there. Cognizant of the best way to deal with a problem. Specifically against this team, just running the missiles into the Virgil situation is great because you have access to this. And it's pretty touchless with the missiles in the back like that. Have a little bit more bar on the back for when you have to fight your opponent's Virgil. Gets a good connection here. This is a great place to start the X Factor. This is going to be a really quick kill on Dante. Situationally getting a decent amount of meter, one at least 2 on average for this exact reason, so you can DHC if Virgil tries to throw out swords or Devil Trigger. With the tag, even more efficient on the damage. Another one on the board for Promora. Things got a little choppy for there, but the absurd consistency is something that has to be commended.
Right. Excellent stuff there by Remora. Shout out Colorado, coming in clutch over Long Island. But Neos is definitely in a position to make a strong run in losers. I can't wait to see what they have to bust out. Tim, what do you think?
I think this is going to be a really just interesting situation. As both players very grounded. You know, we're used to this game pretty much being controlled by characters of extraordinary air dash or flight, and Chun-Li does have it. But like, we're going to see a lot more of this respect for the ground here. Incredible Tatsu. And as I see, like, both players really respecting roughly the same options. Did we see a swing here? No patience on the block. Good connection. We'll forget that in many ways, Spinning Bird Kick is the mobile lariat. Catching the normally quite confident Mario twice with these options. Wow. How does he find these throws? Oh, defensive option. Yeah, that late fireball just gets everybody off their timing. Spider-Man is small, and the fireball takes forever to approach. Another throw. Cannot spend the meter for that, so possibly Chun-Li is going to make it out here. But what a trade. That extended hitbox. Still clonking her in the face. And now, let's see if Moogle Fighter has the patience to deal with this. We saw that amazing Viper comeback last time they were on stream, but there's a bit more HP between the two of them now. Good throw. Mario just an endless source of defensive options in places where, like, just like this. Ooh, patience. This time it is actually Moogle finds a throw. There's a possibility this could be meterless. It chooses to win just a little. I'm going to go for the focus attack option. Fakes it. Spider-Man, a character can probably get out of that. Ooh, EX Knuckle fakes the X Factor activation. Instead just goes for regular resources. Once again, going to hold on to this X where I think possibly they could have just killed outright here. Instead, sets it up. Recognizes the threat of this Wolverine. Gets thrown instead, and this is definitely it. He's got 3 bars, can go into an easy level 3. Instead, chooses the air route. And I do have to wonder. What was the negotiation for Moogle not using their X Factor there, but perhaps we'll be able to determine this next time. Because they've still got 2 more losses to work with before they have to worry about what they're supposed to do on the other side of the bracket. So in the meantime, let's see what they can cook up here. Chun-Li, a character you don't see often, but when you do, usually good things are to follow. But once again, Mario, this unbreakable footsies of the Ryu. Killing the connection, and this will kill. Spider-Man's got a good amount of scale damage. Back to the Ryu, onto the Akuma here. Very gutsy, considering Ryu still doesn't have a bar for a beam. But like Mario, just a moving fortress of good pressure and options. Nothing scary, but just you get overly confident and then get caught by a character you don't think should be able to do it. And this incredible Ryu gameplay takes out the Akuma, puts it back to the Viper again. And this time, there's even more health than last time, but amazing Moogle picks up EX Seismo. Never one to worry about the options. They go for the focus, and this time chooses to let it rip. Are we going to see the X? Ooh, unfortunate drop, weird scaling into the Spider-Man this time. And just like last time, it's the inability to kill in situations where you then get punished and possibly killed yourself. But a good hit from the unscaling launcher. Ooh, another drop. Moogle was looking pretty confident last set, but this time we're seeing some uncharacteristic drops in the most critical of moments. But we're back to the Wolverine. Gets the cross-up, has access to the X-Factor, and things were coming a little loose, but this is looking a lot tighter now. On the board for Moogle Fighter. And Chun-Li, a character that signature very much was served in the first set, just has been struggling to break through the Ryu and the Spider-Man. The inability to figure out good points to hit between that slow assist and the impressively defensive Mario. But this time we're seeing adjustments. We are seeing that meter build that makes this character scary. Gets the last extension, uses the snap, respects the Wolverine. But that's the problem about snapping in a character that is just as good as a point when you've got a fully loaded team. There's something lost, but there's something equally gained. Goes to the spinning bird kick, air lariat into effect. Akuma almost seeing them live splash in their eyes. Mario spending another bar. Chun-Li just gonna spend the bar, trying to go for the jail. Actually gets the connection. Is there a good kill off of this? I'm smelling something good here. TAC into the Tatsu. Doesn't go for the second beam. Tries to hit the mix. Actually gets the connection. Okay, that's some cooking. And then 50-50. I thought it was going to be the lightning leg assist. Instead, goes with the Viper connection on Spider-Man. Consider this to be the major threat to their team's game plan here. Oh, and too far. Strange choice of super to punish. Back gets punished anyway. I think they wanted beams, but somehow Ryu may have crossed them over, or they just had an input left in the buffer. But Mario getting the best of what looked like to be a terrible situation. However, Chun-Li back at it, and this combo is twice as valuable while they are in X-Factor. I see none of that left over. And also, look at all that bar lost and regained here. Ooh, late hit on the focus attack because of the weird connection on the lightning leg. But Moogle still playing from a pretty confident lead, has access to keep away tools, and a great defensive option in Chun-Li to keep themselves covered. And they are just not afraid for these trades either. With how low Spider-Man is, one bad connection on the assist could be the death, but this is a great start. But not enough. Seismo. And immediately instant air spinning bird kick. Talk about exceptionally grinding that charge out. But it works out great. Two quick connections, and Chun-Li starts this offense, goes for attempted throw reset. This time Moogle trying to show that they can footsie just as well as Mario, and it looks like it's working. Got that download in that first long set round, and now it is all the game of Moogle Fighter here. It's behind, luckily. Wow, late cross up into the Tatsu connection. Still has access to the level 3 if they want. Or possibly there's a route using some of the other options. No, wants to snap on Real Wolverine again. I can see this respect. And really, reliably, Wolverine's slower combos means that level 2 X Factor just not as threatening. However, as I said before, this character is a great point. And this Fatal Claw, 2 hits, 2 supers, puts it back in a situation where Mario, not leading in anything, but not so far behind that they can really consider themselves in a threatening position yet. Almost punished twice now. Akuma, though, got on the 3rd connection. That tech chase just too volatile. There we go. Back to the Viper. A very familiar situation for other points in this set. Instantly spends the bar. EX Knuckle. But, oh, weird connection doesn't kill. Even worse, possibly confirmed right there. Focus attack, not blocking Spider Ball either. Interesting. Whip Ball, a very unique special. However, finds killing Spider-Man. It is Wolverine to Viper. Both strong point and X-Factor characters in their own right. And both have the unbelievable ability to just open up at a moment's notice. Fast Claw. And that Berserker Slash, so quick and you won't see it, puts us at a 2-2. To it, 2-2, both players showing an incredible stability across these sets. Mario toning back in on this ground game here. Able to get the super punish, but just checking those lows. Patience realizes that they got caught a little too aggressive and caught by the Tatsu last time. Doing a much better job of fighting, but ooh, forgetting that the Tatsu assist is only the first layer of the spinning kicks. And it just keeps coming this time. I'm curious to see how much bar goes into this. Could even take it all the way to the level 3, but wants another snap. Respectable V. Ooh, so close to the confirm here. Another spinning bird kick. Suddenly sitting at that comfortable range for confirms here. But oh, the slow wed ball and the small character avoiding the connection again. Akuma back into it. Things did not look great for this character last round, but this is a different time and a different instance. See, Spider-Man, another demon in its own right to deal with, gets it on the mix-up. Good cross. And just spend this bar, but oh, tiny character once again into the web throw. What an amazing punish. But just lets it go with that. Tries to go for the air reset. And every little decision here going to make some pretty big changes. Web's over, unable to punish, thankfully. But I think Moogle is starting to think twice about just throwing out those beams. Spider-Man's such a problem character to pin with them. As I say it, that's another one rip. But nothing connecting either. And Spider-Man actually winning in this keep-away war. Ooh, risky dive kick. Gets the throw into the dive kick pickup this time. And for all that trouble, Akuma does find the kill. And now one last character. Oh, couldn't connect up for the launcher. That could have been death. And now just wants to stall out that X-Factor. Gonna slow it down. Throws out the beam. Still has 2, but the instant Berserker Slash. You ready for the block? The extension. Finishes it off. Whew, Moogle Fighter had a tough road to go up, but barely manages to claw themselves out.
What a set there from both players. Moogle Fighter clutching it out there. Mario showing us why he is not one to be slept on.
He's not bringing out any flavor characters for this show. It's the pure and simple. Oof. Unbelievable counter offense there. Yuli almost even took that to a confirm, but Something very unique to the Zero matchup is how many anti-armor strings that Yuli can throw out with Zero. Something that could be, in many cases, considered a nightmare situation for Hulk. But what an alpha counter! Into a hard drive, can't get the full confirm, but juggling the assist character, like, finds the point anyway. This is better than a happy birthday. This is a happy super birthday here. That was everything TJ could have wanted and more, and now, despite Virgil still being on screen, this may as well be the first round to them, as it's going to be so hard for any form of comeback. Yuli's out of X and pretty low on bar. You see TJ just more than confident, specifically with the hacker on the back, to try and swing like that, but this is the start. Yuli's raw offense, never one to be underplayed. But still, Sentinel is sitting behind a cage of 2 decent defensive assists, and Virgil is not of a lot of health. Luckily for Yuli, he's the one calling the shots, but never the case forever. And bringing in the Hulk has access to the armor and the armored assist here. But oh, Lariat almost does its job, just falling a little short here. Uses the initial rising hitbox to go into Sentinel Force. However, that option not checked properly. And thus Yuli was able to take straight from block stun into the swing. Somehow, despite this character living on many a prayer, this Virgil has been almost untouched for a good portion of this set now. But Lariat can't take many more of those. Though neither can Hulk. Snap's actually in the Hagar. Gonna let that life flow total. And an overextension. Somehow, this fundamental Virgil, often not a bar to their name, just putting in so much work. It is up to TJ to try and stabilize this, but another overswing, and holy cow, that was the most legitimate Virgil comeback I think I've ever seen. And immediately after that, Yuli getting back to the cheap stuff, had enough of playing fair, and somehow manages to both ding a good chunk of the Sentinel and just put Hulk into a bouncy ball situation he could not get out of. On to the pressure, on to the situation. Is Sentinel ready? Sentinel getting completely sandwiched by these assists, but happy birthday. It's all TJ's time again. X Factor makes perfect use of this. Oh, what happened to the rocket punch? Got light instead. He still has the resources, not afraid of just trying to check the options, but we thought they'd be able to put the catch on Yuli and instead going to lose possibly their most important assist in the situation. Now Sentinel take the risk on the hard drive, or just let it rock on the block. Let it rock on the block, not the right choice. And Yuli up 2.
Player 1 wins.
DJ takes a quick moment, has to work under the circumstances, maybe a little bit of parsec lag, maybe a lot of other factors, but can they find a way to fight back? TJ never one to go out without fighting their best and their hardest here. But like a moth, straight into the plasma flame. Hulk is caught in another zero problem situation, but Alpha counters into the Lariat, finding a throw. Sometimes things work in ways that I even can't understand, but TJ has started this fire. Going to optimize as much damage as he can. Actually goes for the TAC into Sentinel. Into Microwave. I'm going to finish up with the charge. Oh, this might not hit. No, thankfully it still does. The tiny zero hitbox, always a worry position. Goes for the mix-up. He actually takes it, finding that last little sneaky throw, and that's the best part about the rocket punch assist. Consistent throw pickups just makes Hulk a very potent weapon here. Stands to the wall, to the floor. Now back to the mid-screen mix. Call it. Delays a little for that Hagar call, expecting Yuli to overswing. Both players actually put a good amount of respect on each other. Gamma Crush. Immediately another one? What is TJ thinking here? Yuli doesn't punish. TJ actually expecting more of a punish than he got. You know, TJ has to be careful. X Factor falling away, and Yuli going straight into the very suboptimal Jam Session Ultra Infinite. Slow that X Factor, but losing most of his own in the process. Let's see if that was a risk worth taking here. Double trigger, bringing it in, unable to get anything more than that as a punish on Hagar. Thankfully, that wasn't a counter hit. TJ just going to slow it down, let his Hulk get back his life. Lariat, a perfect option for the Skydance, but that's too late on the OTG. But somehow, the Rocket Punch assist still connects. Digital Force stalls it out with the airplay. Yuli, just like before, somehow always inches from being connected and killed, but finding a weird little gap. Thankfully, the Hulk assist now in play gives TJ the option to challenge any and all air options for an armored solution. Hard to confirm off of, but great as a defensive tool. A very classic Marvel 2 assist, but wow, Yuli actually... 2 unbelievable reads, takes 2 characters. And now it's all up to Hagar. This is very doable on both parts, but Yuli just proving to be an incredibly elusive threat. And this life lead, also a huge possibility. TJ doing the right thing and playing not to win, but just not to lose, but gets it into the pipe. We got more games.
Player 2 wins. I'm still number 1. Ready? Fight!
Back to the action again. Armor. Crush, is it's going to connect? No, too far out. Actually punishing up the lightning too. Yuli does have no bar though, so has to be optimal in this routing. Gets the pickup off the Virgil. Things looking fine now. Yuli, 0 bars, just finishing off here. The option for hard drive. Immediately TJ is going to take it. And trusting in the Sentinel, going to catch that landing frames. TJ going to rely on this Hagar. Does not have access to Sentinel Force, so it's going to be a very fundamental thing. Almost getting the punish here. X Factor taking away, and TJ just not getting really any closer, but slowly... I think that he's looking for this ability to pin. Virgil once again. Hagar now coming into pipe range. Is it all worth it? Hard tag into Sentinel. X Factor. Lariat too short though. And this looking close to impossible, but where there's a TJ, there is a way, but not this time. Captain America, a character gifted with a very unique kit across the board. Not quite a big body, but has some very belligerent anti-projectile moves that even Zero at times has to be careful about. However, a strong, fast lightning while he's in motion is a great way for Zero to find problems and get rid of them. But, oh, weird Captain Body, still caught in the reset, though. Oh, that's 2! But Jam Session, one could only be so lucky to have it. However, Virgil, a different beast in many rights. But all the same one hit, nonetheless. And Stratos looking confident on some of these routes here. It's into the corner. Oh, that's a second drop. I would be slightly concerned about doing it so many times, whether or not you're in the winning position here. X Factor from Boss, a great position to that angle, finding the exact clock spot and taking it for that foot dive confirm. Ooh, but the last foot dive cancel. A little bit of Parsec hiccups causing that one to drop and the combo, but thankfully Photon Array, another blessing on Doomspark, goes for the butter gun into the condition throw. In the bar and back into the weapon of choice. Virgil, spin, 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 spin. Oh no! Where's the kick-up's looking a little bad right now. Okay, looking for an option, but Stratos, there's so many smart decisions back to back, putting Lazy Boss in jail and leaving no ability to find that gate. And into the offense again, we are seeing Royal Boss just respecting the options a lot more. I'd say a snipe, being slightly reluctant to even throw the shields initially, but you can only be so careful when that kind of firepower is throwing at you. Just for the pickup, and Neo, let's see if you can keep it without the drops this time, okay? And ask and it shall happen. The pressure, good to try on the block, but that was a fantastic adjustment into the late jam cross there. One more pickup here. And this time, these looking a lot cleaner on the Zoop Zoop. And all up to the Doom again. We saw it once, we might see it again, but ooh, the tail of that, so dangerous, and an exceptional X Factor cancel to turn that from a hit into a confirm. Ooh, weird connection, but chip too volatile.
Player one wins. Live and let die. Fight.
Ooh, finds the connection here. It's never a scramble of Captain America. It's just a sequence that hasn't connected yet. Patience. Finds the connection. If all else fails, connect on the assist and throw out the star. Things were looking a little rough and things are suddenly coming back together. One more, jumps the body. Actually catches with the invulnerable DP. You have to respect that. Nothing you can do is going to be able to stop it.
Player two wins. Live and let die. Fight.
Back at it. It's the little things that make the biggest difference. And I still believe that there are quite a few things that could work out for Lazy Boss here. Another respect on the assist, gets a little bit of damage and a large quantity of bar from a little hit. But ooh, tagged by the edge of the lightning. Sometimes even I can't comprehend how these things connect so well. Stratos ready to hone in and finish off this high HP Captain America, but no, into the corner and into the crouching light. Goes for the easy stuff. It's what works, but oh, that was an incredible Parsec hiccup there. Stars and Stripes again. Gets the connection. Just short, but thankfully it's going to catch on the last random pattern. And high body shield slash. A little late for the cross up, but still just staying in the driver's seat now. Shield slash again. Cross under. Just looking to punish and assist or catch the options here. Stratos so confident, but once things start to fall apart, Lazy Boss just very comfortable in the sometimes heavily latency struggle here. Gets the extension of the shield. The swords, keep it simple. Spin, spin. And then one more washing machine to take it home with the swords. Ooh. Patience into the X Factor guard cancel. Going to take out the enemy Virgil here, Lazy Boss. Still has 2 characters, though, and there is a patience element. Has to find a gap, find a way out. X Factor doesn't want to be chipped. And just a little too early on the Doom Time punish, however, not killed. There's a notable difference from being punished and being killed, but the second one...
Player 1 wins.
You dared to challenge the son of Sparta?
A close match, and that means Neostratus will advance. Everybody is enjoying the Marvel experience tonight. I think we've got quite a few good matches still left along the line of this tournament, and don't forget, this is a sequence of tournaments as part of the Invitational. Each one of these will lead into the next until eventually we will crown a true champion of the
Fighter
Skytopia.
coming out of the Midwest. Tim, who's your favorite?
I'm still a sucker for the Chun-Li, so I'll angle a little towards Moogle Fighter here, but that's because I respect Tokyo so much I don't have to say much about their skill level. We're just seeing a well-executing player of a very strong team with just enough of their own style, and this is everything you need when dealing with almost any team. Zero May Cry, and a smart mind behind the controller. That said, well, this Chun-Li is persistent. Sometimes persistence gets you really far in this game, but ooh, speak of the devil, and it sometimes shall appear. I would spend the level 3 here. Or maybe it doesn't even need. Gets a little more damage on the end. This may be 1 bar because of that tiny health on 0. Goes instantly faking options, but a little too flashy and not quite consistent enough. Calling for Dante to make their work, but ooh, from the skies, gets into the ground bounce, gets the extension, but ooh, another drop at the worst moment. Moogle being a strong competitor, but these issues, specifically in the Parsec environment, going to make it a lot harder for you to claim a victory. Nakuma is so susceptible to chip. But there is one person to believe in, it is Sea Viper, but not this round. A devastating round trip mix-up, going to be all it needs for Virgil here.
Player 1 wins. It's do or die. Fight.
Back at it. Chun-Li managed to somehow bare their teeth through all of this keep away. Let's see if the same thing can happen again, but that's just a little far and asking a lot from a character as mobile as 0 to be caught. However, still some options could lead to an exciting victory here. Good patience, just avoiding everything. Calls the Akuma, fakes your own pressure. And let's see if they can make this hit count. But, oh, a drop in the corner on the tinier body here. Oh, didn't believe the low. Moogle showing that there is still some strength left in the Chun-Li, but that consistency once again coming back to bite them. Now Tokyo into it, out of it. Good patience. Actually, there was a cross-up, but leaves himself open to a mash right there, and this is exactly what Moogle is probably quite happy about. Assist pickup. He's now finding a stability point on this momentum. And a good amount of bar means these kills are going to start coming out pretty easily from Akuma if he can get the next connection here. Dive kicks twice, catches the airplay of the beam. Is this close enough to the ground for a Viper connect? Not quite. But just the chip. Moogle confident, and the cross. Very late on the hit. X Factor to keep this consistent. Moogle raging demons their way back into a round 1-1. Another great pick up here. And it looked a little inconsistent, but that Akuma putting him back into the corner, back into the spend. And incredible options here. Wow. Finds the full dash into the Tatsu pickup, showing how good fundamentals of movement can be here. One more. Gonna find level 3, but doesn't once again. So I'm probably just a little too short on the next bird kick charge. Good counterattack, turning that unsafe round trip into another position to get a great hit. This Chun-Li, proving that this character in the hands of a talented player does a lot. Oop, worried about the consistency of the kill, goes into the Viper. Possibly also wants this mix. Can have access to the focus attack and perfect conditions. Dante gets caught. And this, a great turnaround from Moogle.
Player 2 wins. It's do or die. Fight!
I think we might see a change from Tokyo being a lot more aggressive on specifically this Chun-Li. There've been some options not working as well. Less keep away, more swinging. However, that also proving to not be the right choice. Chun-Li going to build just a little bit more. And this is not going to be a kill, it looks like, unless Akuma really gets every single hit of this. Oh, barely does it. Had me afraid. A little too late on the Chun-Li call. As Dante out again. But after that first set, Akuma looking a lot more confident behind Moogle in terms of dealing with this Dante. But Virgil, dive kick not always the best option. Taking the bait, Moogle about to lose their Akuma specifically. However, wait, no, Tokyo, a poor routing choice there. Actually lets the Akuma live, and sure, you got a bar for it, but what's the point? You didn't get the kill. Ooh. Into the Virgil, looking to punish the Chun-Li assist, but actually gets in with the fireball. This confident, tagged by the back half of Jam Session. Such an active assist, but that's 2 for 2. You cannot let this character live. Even worse, you cannot let this character hit your assist for most of its life. X Factor about to run out, resources out. And Chun-Li, a great strategic tool of this character is their ability to run to the sky, specifically when you do not want to fight that X Factor. In this later set and under all of these scrambles, we are just seeing incredible options coming out of Moogle Fighter. Their mindset perfectly geared to dealing with the current problem. And similarly, Tokyo just starting to crumble. But this is looking good, finds the consistent hit. Dante doesn't have X to work with, but if you can just zero touch all these characters... Oh, another huge drop. Akuma, a major thorn in the side. Is he can just throw out these. Chip is more than enough of a value here when you have X Factor in the back, and in this case, finding the miracle cross-up Tatsu, taking all the way back to Street Fighter 4, and Moogle Fighter taking Tokyo to a 3 victory for themselves over Tokyo's 1. What a match.
Go Moogle with an incredible showing here, 3-1 over Tokyo. Wow, what an upset. Tim, were you? I know that you were pulling for the Chun-Li, but were you expecting the Chun-Li?
Wow, that is a gutsy starting of the round DP. I think that's unfortunately the pace you play at. If Chris starts to get those flame grenades out, armor becomes no problem. However, until that starts, armor is a major problem. Just a little too far. That was asking a lot from even Rocket Punch's extension. It's a throw here. This one, not a big ask. Into the extensions. 4 corner. He's got a good charge. What's the side? Could even be a throw there, but caught. Wow. Dante actually swinging through the lariat and successfully connecting. And TJ, that could have been bad on the Dante, but stays cool under a weird situation like that, connects it back up, and produces the exceptional big body pure offense route into the late Hagar call. What a good just everything holding strong under this pressure. Strider a major problem, but just short of those 2 bars, and that is what TJ is trying to get this kill before he can find that danger zone. Ooh, checking all options. So again, don't let him build the bar. TJ not afraid of spending the meter, more afraid of having to deal with orbs. Crazy cross up on the bomb. Oh, hey, you do not want to suck. You don't want to apply Legion. That is a sucky special, specifically because it's not great at chipping. It's slow, and you just lost your orbs bar. But unfortunately, MPH capitulating. To the unreliable super, and once again, dare I say it, Legion sucks. Back at it, an incredible start. Rocket Punch at the max distance here. Chooses the snap. Strider a problem. Deal with it early. Oh, condition tick throw into the wall pickup. And TJ just feeling a huge amount of revitalized pressure here. Barely a scratch on Hulk. One of the biggest problems already dealt with. And now just ready to deal with Chris as the last character if things go well for him like this. But ooh. Yeah, he risky, but exceptionally good read on that Vortex. However, TJ catching the second action immediately after turns this back to his game plan. Now one side, one mix, could even be the throw. Good respect for the Lariat. PH ready to play. One thing about Chris is when he goes X Factor, his damage output is almost completely doubled. So if you're not worried about the speed, specifically against big bodies, there is still a chance. However, luckily, that amazingly long cutscene avoids the flame grenades, and Hulk still has X, so you are still very, very dead. That's a little one for TJ. And instantly goes for the offense, but Chris's stubby limbs caught by the Lariat, back into another great snap on Strider, respecting the Lariat. And where's the snap? Chooses a fairly bad situation as TJ getting 2 routes of the ram air to air here. And I assume we're going to see a kill on Chris this time. Well, that does mean Strider possibly going to have 3 bars when it's their time with the X Factor here. So TJ just scheming for the next opportunity to either get a premature snap or just be ready for the mix. However, lets loose the raw. And MPH taking the risk, goes for the multiple clay pigeons, going to try and optimize as much as possible, have that bar in back, has the Devil Mix die in their decision making. Confident perhaps that Dante will be able to build back the bars they just lost for orbs. This match very much was high speed before, but has now moved to a crawl as both players are just situationally respecting each other. Wow. Into the Lariat, catching both the hard-to-hit Strider and the positional Dante. Losing only the Strider, but Dante, things looking pretty bad for them at the moment. TJ more than confident to just throw out these spits, baits the Stinger. Gets caught by the low, however. Dante, drop not withholding, was about to have a very good amount of X Factor for the next mix. Vortex versus Hard Drive, both players connecting to nothing. And TJ, very risky on that low height Hard Drive, but finds the connection, gets the full extension of a little extra damage, and there we go. Free TJ.
3-0 for TJ over NPH. NPH, thank you so much for playing, showing us what that Chris can do, but sometimes against a player like TJ, you just don't get that many chances. Next up, it looks like we are going to have Yuli and Remora on stream. Winner is going to stay on to play Moogle in Winners Finals. We're getting down to the end here in this tournament, and I, for one, am excited. Tim, what you think?
I don't know, how many meadows are there in desert states? This is a tough situation. As we said, the big difference between these two is that Missiles is slower, doesn't make for a lot of quick catches like the classic Marvel to Assist, but it does have the ability to catch you at the far side of the screen. So if you take into jam sessions your chosen assist, you have to stick to the far side, and once you are pushed into a corner by projectiles or other things, it can be a lot harder. However, that's just the tip of the iceberg. These teams have a very different situation for when they position, where they position. Missiles has the ability to get those late and weird pickups by just running away, but I said it's a lot of trade-offs, and Remora at the peak. Magic Pixel on his 0 is going to find the confirm here. White Comet is now in motion. Which side are we blocking? White Comet into the late hit, into the late missiles, into the second cross-up, into the third. Wow, Yuli blocks so many layers there. And Prop Shredder gets a hit on the called Doom. Almost able to counter back. Ooh. Yuli just beating right out of there. Both players into this X Factor. Both players trying to counteract each other with good options, but Yuli gets the weird hit off the jam. We're still a great Virgil gets the connection here. Things looking okay. Things were looking rough, and they are looking better. Both players about to be out of X Factor. Both players about to be pretty close on meter. The question is, do you like Dante or do you like Virgil more here? But million stabs is not what Yuli wants there. But ooh, unable to get a confirm here. This just going back and forth. These two relentless. Remora trying the Blistering Swords confirm. Actually gets a defensive options. Blistering Sword, such an undiscovered piece of tech that a lot of players not ready for the weird stuff.
Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness.
Back in, back out. Remora took a lot of chip just breaking through the Dram session last time around, but said there are positions that a ZMC team does suffer from just because they are so forced to commit to the offensive play. But Yuli chooses the X Factor route, chooses to make the offense even more powerful, but Remora, once again, Magic Pixel somehow is keeping his 0 alive. Force the snap. Is it going to be Virgil? Is it going to be 0? It's going to be Virgil. Now Yuli out X, gonna have to spend most of his bar here, so there's a possibility if Remora can block the mix for a bit of a respite. Ooh. Okay, that reset actually getting a bar. Wow, the small body, the low profile, this tiny ass character sneaking under, and now Remora still has missiles, which means he still has these 300% capabilities to set the pressures. And Sangemu missiles, still a great game plan, specifically if you can get back to the corner. Ooh, hits the assist. Missiles. Unable to confirm, but really just took a good loss of health. But snap, nice call. 2 frames, just enough into the cross. Remora, if he can keep this next connection seamless after the lightning loops, Yuli is in for a huge amount of trouble. All right, Yuli, it's all on these blocks. Will you get caught in the mix, or will you be able to find a way out? Great call in the jam session. Missile still coming down. And any chip is bad chip in this situation. Yuli, it's such a low life total. Ooh, Airplay actually catching the plasma beam and the photon array. Remora still scheming. Both players exchanging. Buttergun cutting through the missiles. Vortex caught on the edge One missile. And Remora just going to play to the photon ray and missile situation here. Good respect for the grapple. Oh my god. Bold move. Wait, no, that's not going to kill. Yuli probably could have killed there, but didn't respect it. And the trade. Whew, just barely had enough life from the jet, from Devil Trigger, not to die. And what a close outcome that time around. Remora finding amazing hits on that Dante, not punished either. And that both great because the assist one of the strongest part of this mix, and two because getting a life lead is one thing, but getting a meter lead and a life lead this early on in the set could be huge. Finds the connection, unable to start it, but wow. Everything just so damn close, but now putting Yuli into the corner in positions where that jam session isn't going to cover, where helpful, but this time it's Yuli. And Zero going down from Remora Force, just so close. 50-50, where's the block? Remora finding his way out with Doom, but caught in the jam. No, wait, he's free. Photon Array tries to punish the jam, finds a punish on the jam. Is there any way to go all the way with this? With the swords, he does, but Dante gets out. Remora just looking to get the party started here, build a little bar, and take care of the character. One mix, possibly only thing he needs. And yeah, having mix advantage, a huge part about this matchup. Good check. Possible low blade. Oh, that's both characters. Weird character interactions. Nope. We're going to take a pause back to the screen here. Back to it. Yuli took a strong and early lead initially. Into the great connection here and a coast-to-coast combo. Say goodbye to the Zero. Yuli's lethality never in short supply. The pressure, Remora tried quite a bit to get his way out of that one, but Yuli putting on the intense actions here. Into the Virgil, Remora looking for gaps, finds it, goes for the call out here. Unable to get it, but oh! My, Yuli just swinging, never negative if you've got confidence. Remora heading down to the lower bracket.
Wow, what an incredible set from both players. Remora unfortunately going down into the learner's bracket, but Yuli, one of those guys that can just upset anybody, and we're seeing it there tonight.
Joe, so I think this could go either way. But that confident from Dots, the forward dash into the fade back here, immediately we see Requiem choosing the sword option for fear of the projectile keep away and missiles, but small character bodies can make this really hard to do that particular combo. Beautiful Joe, a famous faller out. Going to check. Worried about the Strider assist, but unfortunately didn't have that last bar. I thought they might build it just a little, but didn't. However, making the most of a situation, puts the pressure on. Ooh, tiny body saving them from that hit. Now Joe wants the snap here, 50-50. Gets the hit, Virgil a significant threat. Lucky, that's 2 bars, so... Ooh. Doesn't get the kill by spending bar here. Things a little bit scarier now. Once again, this tiny character body saving them from some of the worst of could be these hits here. He puts the bolts in. Just a great check on the air movement. And it's not the most refined format in the world, but Dot's a character player who just wants to push you to the point where you stress out and start to make bad decisions. It's the credo of all Beautiful Joe players. Requiem's famous, cool demeanor can hold out. They've probably got this particular match, but the minute they start to overcommit, things are going bad, but there was no X Factor for Dots. That, a Hail Mary in itself. And let's see, oh, tried for the reset. Effectively reset confirmed. And now all up to the Dante. We've seen Dot's Dante do the work here, but there is a lot of health, and there is no X Factor. Good patience. Waits for it, and this is a nice starter. Going to get the kill on this character meterless. 4 bars means you've got an easy setup to kill after level 3 and possibly still have something in the tank left over. Just has to keep themselves motivated and keep... Okay, Legion going to suck as usual, so call it a blessing, but Strider is still a pretty scary character, specifically when you have enough health that he can one-touch you pretty reliably, but gets the throw. And has to be super careful. Ooh, I might have considered a Devil Must Die there for the health preservation. The Devil Trigger, what a Bajra. And Dots, once again, usually the player to play for the lead, but small situations can always end up breaking their momentum, and then they have trouble catching back up at that point. So in some cases, this is looking a lot like a very all-or-nothing kind of game. We are seeing Requiem playing a very good adaptive style for this Virgil to try and deal with Dots' playstyle, finding a lot of gaps through this very tight pressure. But ooh, swell character. Does he have the ret this time? Tried the TAC, and that's something that Dot can live with. Oh! But too safe after Helmbreaker. Nothing to punish, and back to the Dante. We saw work last time, we have X Factor this time, but is Strange or Dante going to be able to stop this? Forces the X. Immediately just going to go straight to the Strange. A risk to take. Strange coming into the mid-screen here. Oh, weird hitboxes and not great normals. Got flames by accident. Tried to go for Airbook, but gotten picked up by the throw. Dot just having so much trouble picking up after the Joe momentum ends here. And with this slash, that's 2 on the board for Requiem. Okay, back to the character select screen. Dot going to run a solid red color this time around. Is Dot, in fact, an orc? Is this going to make him go faster? We have only one more match to find out. Either Dot takes this momentum, or it's all Requiem all the way on to the next part of this bracket. Let's start this combo. Beautiful Joe gets another drop. Ooh, this time actually gets through, forces an X Factor to Virgil. X Factors himself gets the Gambit into a hit here. Risky situations. This is so good. Long combo, gonna just eat this X Factor time. Has the ability to force you to block for an extended period of time. Ooh, couldn't confirm after that. And wow, TP winning and then immediately losing. We get a fully charged Boomerang here. Slow down the Doom pressure. Good patience, but oh my god, it still connects, but small body. Have to be conscientious of this combo. Is Requiem going to be? It's gonna look a little awkward. Spear Flame. And leaves Joe alive with a pixel here. THC. Into the throw. Great evasion here. It sets up a stagger with the ball back. Ooh. And immediately into Strider. They're not working up any bar and any X Factor, so very much just a battery, I would say, in this situation. But still, Dante has been struggling a bit with this character. We've seen now across multiple sets, so perhaps the right decision from Requiem. They're overall planning pretty good, but yeah, Legion sucks. Let's not sugarcoat it. Now back to the Joe. Dot's general moneymaker gets into a very dangerous mix and almost loses their life, and there's just no life to be had left. Missiles, all it takes. Now up to a X-Factorless Strange. There is a will, there is a way, but he is safe after that teleport. Requiem going for the consistent stuff. Just gonna come a little bit short, I think, of the level 3 pickup there, but into the missiles, that's the worst. Oh, more chance for Strange, no more chance for Strange. A great run for Dots, but it just wasn't meant to be.
And with that, my heart broken, but hype for what the future holds. We continue onward. We continue on. Welcome back, everybody. We've got an exciting match on the pipe here between Mario 19 and Ancient Requiem. Ancient Requiem, of course, the Dark Horse contender who showed up out of nowhere last week. And Mario 19, the one, the only. Tim, who's
Twitch
your
chat.
favorite?
I'm going to say I can't make a pick. Both of these players have been putting in the work. But Twitch chat, does anybody know Ancient Requiem? I need stats. And speaking of stats, we are already into this match. I didn't think we'd be this quick on the ball, but we'll look at these two. It just wouldn't be Mario if Ryu wasn't somehow finding the smallest little connections straight into a hit that you didn't think would kill. The Mario factor, never to be underestimated. And I mean, I ran into these players at Combo Breaker last year, and I said they even worked to the bit wearing like matching shirts with the different characters on them. Great players, very friendly, and a lot of talent. Or Ancient Requiem, as I said, a remarkable Dark Horse and a remarkably calm and collected style of play. Perhaps a little too calm and a little slow at times with hesitation, but to each their own, and this time it's to Mario. A great hit that's just short of the connect kill on a single bar, but hey, Wolverine in, not a problem. But, oh my god, what a swing of Strider. Almost a happy birthday, and a great meter build. And the orbs, I don't think Spider-Man is a natural countermeasure to this. Has to X. And the overhead, so instant. Instant Gambit, instant jam session. Requiem making a very interesting call to specifically fight Mario. And luckily, Ryu sometimes having a little trouble connecting into their own wall bounce. And Virgil having literally no problems and just punishing at a limb range might consider unreasonable. Regardless, Mario finding a hit into the spotlight, and Spider-Man to the top rope. It's the mix, looking for the web throw. Wow, look at the patience, heavy reward, just expecting something to connect after a while, and Mario just staying, much like their Ryu, at a safe position where they throw things out and low commit. Wolverine's still in the back. And you can see Mario just not worrying once they've got this life lead. And for some players, someone this unbelievably calm and under adversity is a major problem. Make it worse, with Ryu in particular, any meter he spends is immediately going straight at you as a Plasma Blast. So Chip, all these things actually do end up being why Mario just does so well. You panic first, almost every time. Here we go. Strider, a tough act to follow if you get into a situation where he's got the X Factor cooking. But Wolverine, if there is one anchor I have never stopped believing in, it is Mario's Wolverine. Has the X, has the unbelievable patience on these blocks. And that is the end of orbs, but he couldn't make it. So close. Requiem. 2 up. Mario taking a quick minute to catch the breath and going back into this. You can tell he doesn't want to go out here. Still has the will to persevere, but Requiem's incredibly confident in patient play. In some ways, somewhat different than DXP's straight off the bat swords play. Just more just on reading your opponent and looking for countermeasures. However, speaking of a situation of reading your opponent, Mario, some of the safest, most calculated pressure, always one to somehow find these life leads. However, a good connection off the photon into the Doom allows Requiem to even this out. Spider-Man going to come in just shy of 2 bars. Good patience, trying to get out with the web swing though, and caught by the foot dive. X Factor, keeping it consistent on a smaller body character. Now what's the mix? Half of X Factor remaining. And Wolverine, believe in his confidence, good block. Could have ended right there, but now has access to level 4 Berserker Charge, giving him an even higher speed boost. Can you get under? No chance. Doom doing a good job of putting the kibitz on this. 2nd level. And not much left over, but Berserker so fast. And this is easily enough still. It just needs to get a good starting hit. Strider has no bar and no X Factor, which means that Wolverine, even solo, probably does more damage consistently. Both characters have a very similar choice of long limbs and dive kicks. So it's just a matter of who could be more consistent and hold his defense. Wolverine, a character with no projectiles. Oh my god, wow. Well, even Legion holding up its own end of the bargain for once. And Ancient Requiem, stone cold, sometimes unstoppable.
Is that 3-0?
We just sent our beloved friend Mario down a bracket.
Yes.
Very patient. I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd say they were art under an alias, but I think they aren't.
I'm like 85% sure.
Because they have a remarkably similar playstyle, and that's another player who's done really well against Remora.
Oh,
but
my
it's
goodness, almost an incredible happy birthday there.
You give him an inch, Remora takes a mile.
Like a weed, this man. You can't stamp him out. He's just so resilient. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's from Colorado. You get an amplified power bonus if you're weed in that state.
So
Speaking of which, here comes the white comet. Which side are we blocking? I don't know what side that was.
yeah, I got hit.
Oh, that might connect. Oh, my. Weird hitboxes. My gosh. Okay, missile is still in protective effect. Oh, weird pattern on that missile. Can go
Almost a
direct
really
at, like,
good evasion
fanned.
there from Requiem, but not quite. Remora going for the snap.
Oh my god, I got hit on that one. Sometimes stay in front just doesn't look like stay in front.
It really doesn't.
What, oh my god, he's already got the Dilnian route, like, down. That is such a crazy little damage pickup right there. And then 50-50, White Comet, yep.
Goodness, Remora, that was disgusting, but he dropped it. Gave Requiem another chance here.
Yeah, it's fine. Remora, like, doesn't want to lose a 0, but anytime you can force a raw X Factor like that and then run away, he'll probably take it.
Absolutely. Now he just gets to bring in Virgil on his own terms with swords up, kill enough X Factor time that it's not a threat.
Oh my god, he still got the confirm on that. I was assured he wasn't going to.
And just like that, it's 1-0 Remora. We have had some good ass Marvel here tonight, folks, and I, for one, am grateful. I'm also grateful to Remora himself for helping enable the $50 pot tonight for our top 3. Shout out to Remora, shout out to Gayfida, shout out to the whole Avengers crew. If you're not in there already, you should check out discord.gg/Avengers for all your West Coast-based or modded Marvel needs. But
Speaking of not in there, the curse of doing the DXP all-in spend your bar at 0.0 second strategy is sometimes you come up short on your Virgil combos. And that's exactly what happened to Requiem, unfortunately.
Zero, the safest, most blessed character in the world, unable to be punished there by that raw tag, but it doesn't matter, we foot dive twice.
Commenter's curse. Ooh, good patience. And I think Remora's just going to slow it down a little. Yeah, goes to the height that's really hard to confirm without X Factor. To nearly impossible. And that's a Helmbreaker that's not making it. Oh my... How did he manage to be able to be there? He had to pinpoint exactly where Virgil would bounce after the Photon traded and then put swords there just in time. That's pretty clever. D50, I don't like blocking this. My fingers hurt.
I totally blocked that. You can't prove I didn't.
As the record will show, swords. Also from Remora. God. Somebody let a Hornet into this room, or is that just Virgil? Ow. Okay, cross under. Oh, wow, he baited it. I'm with missile mix-ups. They do nothing, it's still a mix-up. I do hope our dear friend Requiem is prepared for the fact that Legion may let them down at the worst possible moment. Because if you're not, it's going to be a shocking surprise. There we go. Remora's momentum. Nearly unstoppable when you get the white common in effect. One more check. Oof. Please refrain from using the slot machine approach every time when you pick point Virgil. It becomes predictable, and Remora has fought a lot of DXP. And speaking of which... White Comet, which side are we going for? Oh. Box, come on. Where am I supposed to block? The universe? Nice snap. Oh, nice late hit there. So you were getting hit by the first half, but you actually got caught by the tail when you jump because it's coming in at a higher point at the start and a lower point when it finishes. What a amazing tool, okay? And point-blank missiles, yes, it's a thing. Oh! Is it a low? No, it's an overhead. And yep, tiny body once again strikes. For once, Legion holds up its end of the bargain. Never mind. It's a slow projectile with a long recovery that does very little damage. And loses to almost everything. Regardless, that cross-up was dirty. And now, Requiem has a lot of options available, but none of them are looking too good. They don't have much bar, don't have X Factor, and Remora has both. If he's not careful, the next time he calls Photon on the ground, a level 3 will literally put him out of his misery. Because Virgil may be good, but Zero has a level 3 that goes full screen, fully invulnerable, and eats almost anything. So we'll see if Requiem's able to keep up with this pace here. Remora gonna swing back here, low risk, high value on a character this low. Just not particularly worried with the fact that he doubts anything can kill. Oh! That had managed to connect. It would have been pretty hype, but just as good. And has the DP assist into the missiles. That looked like a quack antic right there. That means Remora is going to advance.
Alright, excellent stuff there by Remora. Team Colorado coming in clutch, making the deep run through losers. Remora is going to stay on to play TJ. Punch set play. Tim, what are going to be some key aspects as we go into this match?
I think it's always the same thing. There's that you have to win on almost the draw of the gun. Is once you give Zero space, he starts to pull out his anti-armor tools, and well, one, having anti-armor tools by itself is kind of obscene, but his are so good. At that point, yeah, Hulk is just playing inevitably on the catch-up this entire time. You have to believe in each and every hit when you're trying to run two characters this aggressive into each other. Remora, damage never a problem with Hulk. Into the 50-50, big bot, big ladder to climb. Luckily, Sentinel doesn't have a lot of health, so it's a great place to catch back up on the meter you didn't have before. It's unlikely to need more than a singular bar because of Sentinel's exceptionally low health. Now into the mix, one more White Comet. X Factor for consistency, X Factor for consistency. Builds a lot of bar after the Virgil, and level 3 never make it hard when you can make it easy. Immediately into the gambit again, Remora does a good pullback, recognizing the option from TJ into the throw. Rocket Punch thankfully makes it so that every hit Hulk gets is a kill on this character, because if you cannot amount to that level, it's a lot worse. Good patience. I saw that throw, but only seconds before it would have been too late, and into the Rocket Punch again. DJ making this round look a lot different. Remora spinning the die, rolls a natural 20, connecting on both players. Gonna build so much damage, even if he cannot kill Hulk. Wow, is that gonna connect on Sentinel? No, but Swords still able to Swords, and a fair trade, but in Sentinel's favor. TJ holding his momentum so close to his chest. Remora just cannot break out of it. However, there is still a Doom on screen, and Doom does pretty well in this match. Except TJ recognizes the Marvel 2 opportunity. Sentinel with an anti-air assist. Remora has to duck this, can't be chipped. And things looking bad. Magic Pixel all is going to take, and oh, what a precise assist call. Although, however, off the draw. Unfortunately, missiles, Tyrone ruining it all. And what looked like an amazing start for Remora. Now an amazing connection to TJ. Things were a little iffy earlier on against Zeros, but it looks like he's reformatted himself and readjusted his game plan to be better equipped for the problem. Snaps in the Virgil. Remora spinning it again. And this time, actually losing, because fascinating how random positions on Virgil's super work. This time, good connection, had the resources to take this kind of risks. And better yet, with TJ and X Factor as well. Oh, no! Comes the high time, double TP. Remora. Situations not always ideal. Right, choosing a more defensive option, catches the Hagar assist. Not able to get much more, but does get the Hulk. No confirms, but that's a huge amount of momentum. And weird hitbox on the tiny character allows Zero to escape again. Bring his layers on, slow it down, run that X Factor out. Happy, oh, not quite a happy birthday, but Remora one victory at a time. X Factor gone, just looking to play the defense game, respect the Hagar assist, and anti-armor missiles, thank you, forcing another Gamma. TJ, every time he tries to get a hit, missiles available, thankfully Rocket Punch. see if Doom, a character that hasn't done too much in his first 2 sets, able to make the difference. Team Hyper punishing the Lariat. Recognizing the threat, Remora not too afraid to throw out the X Factor here. Ooh. Went for the Rapid Slash into a pre-prepped Hulk H. Not sure if TJ was expecting that or just making good concepts regardless. But Virgil snuffed. And now up to the Doom, into the mix, and TJ we descend Remora onto the sleep bracket.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got some exciting Marvel action here in the pipes between Moogle Fighter and TJ. Moogle Fighter here on the player 1 side making an amazing run from the Midwest, where TJ representing the Southeast. TJ, of course, the Hulk expert, Moogle the unorthodox but incredible Street Fighter team. What are going to be the key aspects as we go into this Learners Finals match?
Spinning Bird Kick, to be honest. Spinning Bird Kick, I think, can armor break if you get it early into like trading of Hulk stuff. And it's super fast and airborne, so you often, without the anti-air throw, can't throw it. So, on top of that, Viper has a few anti-armor tools and has invulnerability. So those are the 2 things I think will do the most against TJ's big body team. But teams that are heavily grounded are definitely fodder sometimes for the amazing armor offerings of Hulk. But look at this. It's a good place to start. Goes for the unblockable. Nice quick draw on the hard drive. TJ finding that little gap and almost killing Chun-Li for that. I think a very well spent on the X Factor. But, ooh, tried to fade back with the H. Unfortunately, Sentinel, a character with so much better limbs. Oof. And this Akuma, a miracle maker in itself, has a little bit more of a difficult road when dealing with some of these characters. Both of them possessing anti-projectile and armor themselves. Hard drive it often, and a major threat for Akuma, but 2 throws. Always better than 1 throw. 50-50. Ooh. If that had fully connected, I would have been impressed. Ooh, gotta protect the Chun-Li. Good position on the fireball. Nice throw. And double super, I think, will kill at this. Extra extension. It seems to do less damage than just doing double super, but I respect it. Nice connection on the H into the pickup here. Chun-Li tried to start her trade, but nothing to go for. TJ, a veritable sniper at unsafe options. Now heavily bleeding Akuma coming in into the cross. Now, we've seen quite a few comebacks of Viper, but it's going to take a lot more resources on this team to kill between Hagar and Hulk. Sentinel, pretty easy, but going to require a very conservative stance on either X Factor time or X Factor damage. Let's see how our friend Moogle is going to manipulate this. Gets the throw. Smart defenses, looking for the hard drive. I'm not sure if even TJ knew Viper could punish like that. Ooh. Wow. Almost able to pick that up. Realized they'd made a mistake and actually able to fix it on the fly. Seismo cancels. And TJ's X Factor, Sentinel, a major threat for this Viper, who has to respect a lot of these, but not all of these big body characters, very susceptible to those. Are we going to see another Seismo, or are we just going to see burn cancels? Gets the throw. It's looking like a good place. Can we steal the cornerback? We can. And into this. Goes for the bait. Finds the connection. Is there any way to kill in one touch here? Hagar, a pretty healthy character. Tried to go for a throw reset. And into a catch here. Super gonna finish. And Moogle making all the right decisions, but overcommitting when it's possible that Keep Away could have actually won it. Regardless, good decisions from this player. One we have not seen much of, but truly a remarkable amount of skill set. And ooh, assist luckily living, and even better, Chun-Li finally finding a hit in this set. Goes for the extra extension, tries to go for a flip reset, able to almost punish with the step here. Instant overheads, pretty scary on tall characters. And slides in if below, but not respecting the armor. Into the blender. Kuma, good block. Not enough, though. Rocket Punch, always a talk of the town for TJ's team. And all up to this character again. We saw it once, and we see it again, not this time. Jay using the best answer for a problem child. And a surgical area going to be all he needs. One last chance. And oh, that H looking like a heat-seeking missile, catching Chun-Li and putting her in a bad place. Going to the mix. Akuma was a one-set miracle here, but has only managed to do really well on one of these various confrontations. Okay, due to the block at high airborne. Oh, taking a risk, swinging into that protected lariat, gets caught by the H. Fortunately, Akuma not able to go the distance for Moogle this time. But wait, one more chance. Doesn't even try to counteract with the DB Super. Into the blender, Evo Mining mix-up. What will you do? And TJ going to send our dear friend to the sleep bracket. 3-1.
Good stuff from both players. TJ staying on to play in grand finals against Yuli, but how about Moogle coming up? I know many of you are not familiar with Moogle's gameplay, but they are an incredible player, and they really proved it here tonight, coming all the way into top 3, into the money. And I, for one, am excited to say congratulations to Moogle for their great showing. TJ is going to
Please come back next week.
Yeah, seriously, Moogle. I hope you're able to make it next week if your schedule permits. We are going to be doing this next Tuesday around 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to register. And don't forget to stay on, because we are about to have TJ versus Yuli in grand finals. Seeding going into week 2, and I can't wait to see what we've got. Tim, what are going to be some keys as we go into this grand finals?
Hyper aggression between the two of these players. Meter management going to be a little bit of a consideration, and this is probably the biggest matchup where TJ running Rocket Punch could be a problem. That means all of his get off me insurance is based around that Hagar assist. Oh, that was dirty, sneaking under with a double hitting blade. Okay, immediately into the double trigger. And then right back into the 0. What does he know? I suppose it's an anti-Hagar thing, as he is somewhat lower to the ground, but not sure. X Factor to backdash. It's not the most common option, but it gets the job done. Just some honest work. And with that, X Factor is almost out.
Oh, and just like that, Yuli's on the board. Alright, Yuli just needs 2 more to become our week 1 champion. TJ needs 3 to reset the bracket, and then 3 more after that.
Impressive work. We are just seeing the initial taste of what Yuli can do. There is 2 more characters. Which mix-up will be the one that does it in? Lets him hard drive out. Does he have the punish? Not this time. Another hard drive back into the corner. TJ taking a lot of risks here.
Oh, but they're working out.
Good cross. Got him
first.
out of the way.
Alright, that should be an easy kill here for Yuli.
Oh, and yeah, just layering a little bit of a snake pit for Hagar to fall into there.
Good air stalling from TJ, but you can only stall for so long in this game. What a gauntlet.
That's
this
crazy.
happened. You love to see the green and blue buster use.
Just slowing it down. Yuli known for his high speed, but he's putting the cat to sleep. He's hitting the button. He's saying goodnight to his parents, putting the button, and just what you need to deal with Hagar in particular.
And just like that, Yuli is 1 game away from becoming our week 1 champion. For all the marbles, as we go into week 2, he will have the #1 seed if he enters next week.
Yeah, that was a risky gambit at best. TJ putting out a good choice.
TJ heard me talking. He said, "Not if I have anything to say about it."
I may be a Hulk player, but I can checkmate like the rest of us. Not just Hulk. I'm Dr. Banner. Whether that kind of gonna work either. I think that's still checkmate. Never mind. Rapid slash so fast.
But so is Lariat.
He couldn't cancel it. Okay, good start. Rocket Punch means he gets a full extension, and this is the best time. He's in Devil Trigger and X Factored. It's just free real estate to hit him like this.
That was so cool.
Didn't kill him, but just ate all his resources pretty much to do that. But wait.
That was disgusting.
And you take extra damage because you a big body. Oof. The audacity of that move.
Bringing in Sentinel. Interesting. TJ just
Hard-
like that.
Hard driver, soft drive, hard driver, soft drive, hard drive.
On the board. TJ just needs 2 more to reset the bracket. Yuli needs 1 more to win. Get hype,
this,
everybody. This could be our last game. Unless TJ has something to say about it.
Okay, TJ putting a little bit more gas in the chain inside here. They are just ripping it up with all their options, but overswing, get punished. This is another of those free real estate situations. It takes forever to kill Hulk, but he's got X Factor, so do you care? No. No. Ooh, cross under. He's got Buster charged. That time he got it. Nicely done. That's a fairly cool piece of tech I've seen shown to me about that punish. Now one more. Which side? Oh, we're back to sleepy Yuli.
Yuli slows it down. He says, I am not... Oh, just like that. See, that's the thing he's trying to avoid.
Finds a warm glass of milk, reads Goodnight Moon to his younger sister.
All TJ needs is 1 hit to get the party started, but Yuli looking like a party pooper right now. Or excuse me, Yuli.
Yeah, Yuli fades back. Gotta go fold his clothing for tomorrow.
Alright, just on a pixel now.
And you're the floor is lava officially at this point. You cannot touch the ground.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And Yuli is our Week 1 champion, coming out of winners. Great work from Yuli. And how about TJ with that amazing run tonight as our runner-up? Incredible play from both players. I, for one, am hype as heck going into Week 2. Come back next week as we will be here on Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Week 2 of the Skypeia League. Check out discord.gg/riseofrookies and discord.gg/avengers if you're looking for East Coast and West Coast Marvels, respectively. And also check out the Midwest Marvel Oasis. Make sure you're in our Discord. Make sure you're participating because seeding is determined by your participation. And that's going to do it for us. Tim, do you have anything to plug? Alright, it sounds like Tim is indisposed at the moment, so that is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much to everyone for taking part, for watching, for playing, for this incredibly hype evening of Marvel. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I hope you all will join us next Tuesday.